Good morning and welcome to the 10 a.m. daily weather brief. Looking at today's upper level wind profile from this morning sounding balloon launch, our freezing level currently sits at 15,000 feet and our near surface winds are flowing west southwesterly before they shift slightly to a more westerly heading throughout much of our column, and our wind speeds do remain somewhat elevated both at the surface and aloft, with an observed maximum of 35 knots at 3,000 feet, and winds elsewhere remain rather consistent throughout the vertical, with our lightest winds up to 25,000 feet still only measuring at 23 knots. Now moving on to our most recent surface analysis chart for an overview. High pressure continues to sit off to our southeast off the coast, and that is bringing breezy, hot, and humid conditions in today, which has also prompted the issuance of a heat advisory to come into effect here shortly, as well as a wind advisory that has just been issued for winds in excess of 25 knots. And as for our rain chances for today, they do remain rather low under the high pressure dome, although there is an isolated shower. The chance of an isolated shower cannot be completely ruled out, as with any summer day. And come Friday and Saturday, we see the chance of a weak cold front approaching that could increase our thunderstorm chances with heavy rainfall potential, and that's due to just overall high atmospheric moisture levels over our area. And then that front is expected to linger around on Saturday and possibly even begin lifting northward, allowing some seasonally warm and humid conditions to return, with extended rain chances persisting if that does in fact play out. And then looking ahead further, the ridge pattern that we currently are sitting in and have been in since yesterday begins to break down Saturday night as a trough begins to dig across the northeast, and models show that ridge moving westward by early to mid next week as a low pressure system begins to develop over New England. And this pattern shift may push a front through our area and bring moisture levels closer to our seasonal norms and temperatures back to the 80s with some more comfortable dew points, though a northwesterly flow between the trough and the ridge that is moving westward could maintain a slight to chance risk of rain moving through that time period. And taking a look at our 24-hour risk chart for today, we are on track and remaining largely unchanged from this morning. We do have the color on the board for the chance of a wind advisory, which has just gone into effect, with winds gusting to at least 25 knots. And our heat advisory is set to come in place here in the next couple of minutes, and that is for heat indices above 100. As for our temperatures today, they do look to peak in the low 90s with some somewhat scattered conditions throughout most of the day. And our rain chances, once again, do look to appear rather low, although there is a very slight chance that we may see a shower or thunderstorm during the forecast period. Now, moving on to our short-term risk chart here. Friday, we do have the slight chance of seeing some showers or thunderstorms and partly cloudy conditions with a high of 86. And come Friday night, those chances increase just a little bit more, especially in the late evening, where we can see mostly cloudy conditions during the early evening, turning partly cloudy, and a low of 76. And then Saturday, especially in the morning, we see those rain chances as well as those lightning chances increase. And for Saturday, we can anticipate partly to mostly cloudy conditions and a high of 84. And those rain chances are largely in the early morning and in the form of a possible pop-up situation later in the afternoon. And that brings us to our 7-day forecast. As for Friday and Saturday, we do see those rain chances are the highest of the next 7 days, with a precip chance most likely in the late evening of Friday and early morning Saturday, as well as renewed chances Saturday afternoon into the evening. And then we have daily chances for pop-up showers or thunderstorms, as typical for this time of the year for the remainder of the forecasted period. A couple days do mix in there when we get to see some mostly sunny conditions, especially towards the end of the next 7 days, and our temperatures largely lie in the 80s, although they could peak into the 90s, especially come Sunday. Overall, not too bad of a 7-day outlook, with a good amount of sun and seasonably warm temperatures, and just light chances or slight chances of rain throughout. And that is going to conclude the 7-day outlook, and we will return tomorrow at 8:15 for the daily weather operations brief. Thank you. Have a good one, everyone.